We'll start with chanting Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Inhale deeply. Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vedvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Welcome back, everyone. We are covering chapter 7 of Gita. In there, we are studying on Jnana, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Right? So, as part of this, what we are studying is that Bhagwan has both the apara prakriti and para prakriti. So that means that he is both. Okay, everything that is inert is also Bhagwan. Everything that is sentient is also Bhagwan. Everything that is sentient meaning consciousness is Bhagwan, and that consciousness is holding everything together, just like an invisible string is holding the entire beads of necklace together. So this apara prakriti is this apara prakriti is compared to the beads. Okay, so now apara prakriti means what? Entire world, that entire visible world. Okay, so that is all the Panchamahabhutas. All the Panchamahabhutas means everything that you see is made up of Panchamahabhutas, including our own body is also made up of Panchamahabhutas. In fact, according to our Vedanta, even according to new, the modern science also, even our thoughts, our feelings, etc., those are also made up of Panchamahabhutas alone. Okay, so meaning that is also matter alone from a modern science perspective as well. So all of that is this apara prakriti, that is also God, and the para prakriti, that's also God. Then what happened is that here, once that is said, now, however, and then he also said that once he gave this, he gave about like 11 or so exercises, that whatever item you see, okay, because this concept, everything I see is God alone, and I am unable to grasp it because it's so abstract. Bhagwan says that I'll give you a clue. Okay, I'll give you a key. Okay, now whatever things that you see around you, if try to see what makes that object, and Understand that whatever is making that object is me. Meaning the essence of everything is me. So for example, he said, if you take water, what makes the water, what's the core feature of water? Liquidity or sapidity or liquidity or right, the wetness, right? That is me. Okay. So now if you remove that liquidity from water, it is not water anymore. Okay? It may become ice, it may become gas, but it is not water though. Okay. So, and like that, to this was illustrated with several different examples. Say for example, he said, if you call a tapasvi means one who performs tapas, you uh, that tapas is me. And if when a person you call as a tapasvi, and if you remove tapas, he is not called tapasvi anymore. Okay, so like that, he kept on saying all of those. Then once he has given this exercise, etc., then the question has come: why is it that I am unable to see it? Okay, why is it I'm unable to focus on this aspect of God even after I learn? Okay, so that is because in verse number 12, he says, Echaiva satvika bhava rajas tamasaschaye matte vittan vidhitam natvam teshu te mayi. So here, what he is saying is that my heart is not in Lord because my heart is like I'm engulfed with Satvika, Rajasa, and Tamasa. Okay, so these three gunas, I am tied up with these three gunas, and then what happened is that I am unable to see. Okay, so however, if I am able to get out of these three gunas, then I can see the Lord. And he continued saying, Tribhir guna mayer bhavairebhe sarvamidam jagat. Okay, so these three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas gunas, okay, they are the entire jagat is made of that. Okay, mohitam na abhijanati mamebhyam param avyayam. So I am avyaya param. I mean I am supreme and I'm avyaya. I'm imperishable. But because we are engulfed in these three gunas, we are unable to see. So, because why can't we see when we are in these three gunas? Because we are in a mixture of these three gunas, meaning like we are not in a pure state. Whereas Bhagwan is, we cannot see Bhagwan for several reasons. I'll illustrate some of them. Bhagwan, we cannot see because he is Param. Param means higher, and Nitya. Nitya means is permanent. For example, if you go into a room and if I ask you to describe what is in the room, our first tendency is to describe all the things that are in the room. Okay. Now, many a times we don't say that there are walls in the room. Okay. No. I said there are walls in the room. Perfect. Good. Why? Because the walls are nitya. Okay. Within the room, these walls are permanent. Now, what else is more permanent in that room that we fail to quantify? Can we say light? There is light in that room. Light as in like a natural light. Okay, so there is a light in this room. Do we normally count that? No, we don't. What about air?
Air.
Huh?
Air.
Air. The air that we breathe. Okay. Do we count that? No. Why? Because it is everywhere. Do we count the space in the room? No, we don't count because space is everywhere. So what is happening is the things that are there with us, are unchanging and are always with us, the more closer and the more unchanging. See, for example, like, okay, you can say like, okay, maybe if you go to the room in the night, you can say like, the room is dark. Okay, or maybe if you're first time you're going to like a house hunting or something, right? Either for rental or purchase, you'll say, oh yeah, this room is airy. Okay, this room is bright. Those kind of things you may say because you're going the first time. But and oh, these walls are of this color or whatever. But on a daily basis, you won't notice them. See, what happens is that as the degree of permanency is higher and higher, our ability to notice it is lower and lower. Okay, now the degree of permanency of Bhagwan is the highest.
Could you please explain that phrase that you said, the degree of permanency, higher and higher? Could you please explain that phrase? Thank you.
Sure. Like as I was giving in the example, right? Whenever, where does our attention go? Okay. If you go into a room, okay, there's something going on TV. Where is our attention then? Where does our attention shift?
On the TV.
Okay. And so next to that is something that is static, meaning it is not moving. Okay, it's not moving. This maybe let us say it is a kitchen and kitchen vessels are there. Okay, our attention is not much on kitchen vessels as much as TV because there is some movement is going on, a constant movement is going on TV. Right? So our attention goes more towards that which changes and less towards that which doesn't change. Yes? Okay. Now, you take that into consideration. Now, what happens when you go into the room? Okay. What are the things that are changeable? Like furniture are relatively impermanent compared to the room. Okay. Now, compared to furniture, the things that I throw around, okay, like disorganized stuff, paper piles, whatever. Okay. I'm saying paper piles because I have a big paper pile in front of me. so, so what happens is they gain my attention first, then furniture, then maybe walls, like that, right? Air, I mean, like, except for the examples that I gave, air, we never notice. Light. So, for example, in the day, when you came into the room, did you notice that, okay, there is light? Because of this light, I'm able to see my spouse or my child or something like that? No. We didn't think about that at all. We had taken that for granted. Okay. See, so that is what I'm saying is that as things are like more permanent, as in like, more standard, stable that are there, your focus on them becomes lesser and lesser because you take them for granted. Right? It's not a bad thing. Okay, it is not a bad thing. When I say like you take them for granted, it's not a bad thing. It is just that you expect it to be like that, period. Okay, so the more stable they are, the lesser attention we pay to them. Yes. Now, who is the most stable? Who is all permanent? Who is there forever? Is Bhagwan, who is changeless. Okay, who is there forever. So our attention cannot go to him. Okay, so that's why we cannot see him. And he is also very pure. Pure means there's nothing other than God. Okay? Anything that is pure, and then Bhagwan is also said as sukshma means subtlest. So big. So something, if for us to see something very subtle, we require more sharp instruments. So, for example, if you want to see, if you want to read a billboard, I can read a billboard without any glasses. But if there is a fine print on a receipt like this, okay, I don't know if you're able to see fine print or not, okay, then I need glasses. If I need to see something like a, I don't know, like virus or something like that, then I need a lot of, a powerful microscope. That's it. But in the same way, if I need to experience God, who is the most subtlest form, my own instruments need to be very sharp. Those instruments are not just my physical instruments, such as my eyes, ears, etc., but also mind. But today, my mind has become dull with, and it is covered with layers and layers of likes and dislikes, vasanas, etc. Because of that, I'm unable to see. So I need to get rid of those vasanas. I need to get rid of those likes and dislikes, all of that to see the God. So because God is subtlest. For me to experience God, my mind should also become subtler. Okay, and that God is deep within us. We are accustomed to see outside, whereas Bhagwan is right inside. Okay, so like that, there are several reasons why we are unable to experience. When I say like see, it means that we are unable to experience this God. And now, what happened is that also, in addition, Bhagwan also said that Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durakteya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tatantite. So Daivi means here one that belongs to Deva. So who is the Deva here? Deva is Brahman. And what does belong to Deva is Daivi. So Maya belongs to Deva. Okay, and he also, just in case if you have any doubt, he also said Mama Maya, means my Maya. Okay, so that belongs to God. Okay, and it is Gunamayi. It is in the control of, Gunamayi means it is full of these three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. It is made up of these three gunas. And it is Mama Maya means what? It is in the control of Lord also. And Duratyaya means it is very difficult to cross. However, Mameva ye prapadyante, Maya metam tarantite. So, but however, whoever can surrender to Lord, for them, they can cross over Maya. Okay, so that's what he was saying in 14th verse. Now, let me one second. Let me quickly check something. We also cover 15 also. So 10, and then he also said that. But what happened is that now he started dividing or classifying, not dividing, classifying people. Namam dushkrutino mudhaha prapantyante naradhamaha maya pahruta jnana asuram bhava mashritaha. So in this shloka, what he said is that there are different types of people, okay? Different classes of, or different categories of people who don't surrender to Lord. And so these collective categories, what he said is, Naradhamas, he said. Okay, so Naradhamas meaning lowest of human beings. What are those four? Among these lowest of four, there are four categories, he said. Lowest of people, there are four categories. Dushkrutinaha, meaning people who are intent in making trouble to others. Okay, so that means that they have tamas and they also are wicked people. Then Moodhaha. So they only have tamas, but not wickedness, meaning they're totally lazy people and who don't have any inclination to do any inquiry into this kind of stuff, right? I mean, like, okay, well, what is spirituality? I don't care. I just want to watch my TV or like watch my game and then have a beer and sleep. Okay, I don't care about it, right? So that is mudha, lazy people. Again, I'm not saying like just because someone watches a game or drinks beer, they're lazy. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, please don't take it in any wrong way. Okay. Maya apahrita jnana is the third category, meaning people who are keen to learn. I mean, like they have knowledge, okay? They want to learn, but they want to learn about the variety in the universe, meaning they want to learn about the multiplicity of the universe. Meaning they are interested, okay? They are putting effort, and but that interest and their effort is going to in pursuit of this Vishaya Bhogas, meaning they are going to learn in terms of, okay, how do I make myself more happy or maybe more pleasurable? Okay, so how do I get more pleasure in my life? So for that, okay, I need to make more money, I need to make this, I need to study more, I need to do this, do that, etc. All of that. And even if there's a jnana, okay, so I want to study more about astronomy, I need to study more about Wall Street, I need to study more about this sciences, etc. Like that, like they are running around those things alone. Okay, so that means that intelligence is running in outside world. So this is Rajasika people. Okay, so the first two word Dushkrutinaha is tamas plus wickedness is there. Mudhaha, tamas only without wickedness. This third category is Rajasic people, but their Rajas is taking them outside, not inward. Okay, they're not putting effort to learn what is it, right? So Asuram Bhava Mashtritaha. So then there are other category of people who want to just enjoy, right? So there are within Rajasic people who wants to learn something about outside world is one category. Then people who want to earn or whatever, right? Who want to spend time with pleasure and indulgence. Okay, Asuram Bhavam Ashritaha. So these are the four categories of people. Okay, all these four categories of people he is called as Naradhama. Naradhama means lowest among human beings. These are not my words. Okay, these are Bhagwan's words. Okay, now, but then now, once you say, okay, so these are the four categories of people in a bad category, so then there should be a good category also, right? Okay, what is that good category? That he started explaining in verse number 16. Okay, so any questions before we get into 16 verse? Okay, so let us break down the words, understand each word separately, and then we will chant. Okay, Chaturvidha. That means Chatuhu Vidhaha. Okay, that is Chaturvidha. So it's two words. Chatuhu Vidha, it becomes Chaturvidha. Bhajante Mam Janaha Sukrutino Arjuna. So that has got two words. Sukrutinaha Arjuna. Aarto, that is actually Aartaka, but in Sandhi it becomes Aarto Jignyasurartharthi. So there are two words in there. Jignasuhu Ardharthi. Jnani cha Bharatarshabha. Okay, so these are the this is the breakdown. So can one of you go off mute and repeat after me?
Yeah.
Okay, let me. Chaturvidha bhajante mam
Chaturvidha bhajante mam
jana sukritinorjuna
jana sukritino Arjuna
arto jignasurartharthi
arto jignasur artarti
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभा
jnana cha bharatashabha
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभा.
jnani cha bharatashabha.
So here, as I said, right, in the previous verse, he has given a list of four types of people who we categorized as Narathamas. Now, in this shloka, he is going to give a list of 4 types of people who can cross the Maya. So that means this is a good category. Okay. So now all these 4 people, now what did he say in the actually like in shloka number 14, he said, Mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. That's what he said. So where in the shloka, he said that my Maya is so strong, only I have control on this Maya, and it is very difficult to cross. However, there's only one way to cross, that is, whoever surrenders to me, they can cross. Right? So now that means that these are the people who can cross the Maya, means these are the people who are surrendering to Lord. So anyone who surrenders to Lord, we call them as Bhakta devotees. Okay. Now, so that means what? Here he's talking about 4 types of devotees who can cross Maya. Okay. Now, in these 4 categories, you can actually put it as 2 subcategories. Okay, in this 4. Okay. One of them is of one category, and other 3 is another category. That will come to that. Okay. So Sukrutinaha. So here, these people are Sukrutinaha. Meaning, Kruti means performance. Sukruti means performing good things. Okay. Su means good. Right? So doing good things means what? They are abiding in dharma. They are all growing in dharma, means they are only performing action that they must perform and not escaping from what they need, what they should perform, and they are not doing what they are not supposed to do. Okay, this is what Sukrutinaha. So now, in this, he said that there are 4 categories: Aarta, Jignasu, Artha Arthi. So the Artharthi and Jnani. So now what happens is that this Artha, okay, so this, what happens is that we need to understand how the growth happens, okay, about a devotee. So it says that it's a kind of like, I think about as an evolution of a devotee. Because these are 4 categories, means think about these are 4 stages of devotion. Okay. It starts with Aarta. Okay. Aarta means one who is suffering. Okay. When one who is suffering, whether he is suffering from external issues or internal issues, and what they want to do is they reach out to God in their suffering so that their sorrow ceases. Okay. So their purpose is clear. Okay. I'm in pain. God, help me get rid of this pain. Okay. So this is Aarta. Now, what happens is that now, once you experience this, that okay, so I reached out to God somehow or other, with some, God has resolved my pain. So then what happened? Faith has developed to a certain extent. Now, what I want to do is, Bhagavan, I know you can solve the problem. So, by the way, like I need certain things. Okay, can you please help me? Again, he's reaching to God. Okay, he's not reaching to other people. Okay, and these needs can be something of this world or something from other world. Okay, something from this world means it could be money, it could be some power, it could be some items that I don't possess, it could be some, in some cases, like a growth of children or whatever. Right? So all this is Artha. Artha means, okay, Artha means wealth. Okay, wealth is called as a means. Why? Because you cannot really enjoy wealth on its own. You can only enjoy what that wealth brings you. Meaning wealth is a means for your happiness, right? So that's why wealth is also called as means. Okay, so Artha word has got two meanings. One is means and other is wealth. Okay, Artha also has another meaning. Meaning itself is another word. Thing for this Artha. But in this particular case, in this particular context, it is a means of wealth. Okay, so now this Artha, so I want some money, I want something, God, please help me, please help me. Then God helps. So then what happens is that every time I want something, I go and pray to God. So in this, there was I recall, I think Swami Shantananda is the one who gave this example. One day, I mean, it is just a parable. Okay, so it is not a real happening or something. Maybe it happened, I don't know. So one day, one beggar went to a very rich person's home for begging. And that rich person is a good person too. Okay, so this is this is a Muslim story. Okay, from Islam faith. So now the rich person is also a very good person. So when he went to ask for alms, okay, and the rich person, the owner, is in prayers, and now the attendant said, he was also a nice person, so he said, he told the beggar, my master is in prayers, so please wait. So the beggar said, yes, I will wait. And then he was curious and he went close to the building and he could hear this rich person's prayers. And what is rich person praying to God? He is praying aloud, saying that, God, please take care of my health. Please take care of my children. Please give me money. Please give me this. Please give me that. And he's giving a list. And then after hearing all of that, the beggar started returning back without taking any money. In the meantime, the rich person finished his prayers. He came out and he saw the beggar leaving without taking anything. So he stopped, hey, why, how come you're not taking anything? Please let me offer you something. Then he said, I just saw that you're also begging from Lord. Okay. What is the point of me begging from another beggar? I would rather go beg from the real giver. Right? So here, Artharthi is not looking around to he's not asking help from other people or something like that. Rather, he's taking help from God alone. So that means that when his mind is on the outside world, his mind is also turning towards inwardliness. Okay. Now, what happens is that from an evolution perspective, right? Evolution of devotee itself, we're talking about. Okay. Whenever I am in pain, I reach out to God. And somehow or other, he helps me cross over that. Whenever I want something, I reach out to God and he helps me somehow or other. Who is this God? Okay. What is this nature of God? I want to understand a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm curious. Okay. So, so when someone is curious to understand the nature of God, he is called as Jignasu. Jignasu means curiosity. He wants to learn. Okay. So, Puja Swami, Puja Guruji Swami Tejomananda, he used to joke that Jignasu can also be understood as Curyasu. Okay. So this is the third category. So now he starts learning more about God, and there's love being developed in God. And then when he finally understands the nature of God completely, he becomes a jnani. Now, once he becomes jnani, what? He is the knower of Brahman. He is Brahman himself. Now, we don't even know if we can call this jnani as bhakta anymore. We can call this jnani as devotee anymore, because he is one with the Lord already. Okay? So, this is the, you can see like this is the evolution of this bhakti. Now, understand how now again we'll review each of these again, okay, from a slightly different level. Aarta, when he is in pain, where did his mind go to? God. Okay. So when the mind is going to the God, what is happening is that there is a, what you call like a spark in that mind that says, this thing that I'm experiencing is temporary. Okay, this is painful. This world is sorrowful. God alone can save me. Okay, that vairagya started developing. Okay, maybe granted that it is not permanent, but that there is viveka is also there, that there is a problem only God can solve, not everyone. So some kind of a viveka is there, right? The discrimination, and vairagya is also there, a dispassion that, okay, this world is temporary, or this problem is temporary, or my situation, like whatever I'm thinking about my life is temporary, that kind of a thought is there. And the mind is turning towards Lord. In fact, in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, on the very first canto, this happens that after, you know Kunti, right? Kunti is the mother of Pandavas. Okay, so these Pandavas, Kunti is one of the epitome of a person who has gone through sorrow throughout her life, right from the Karna's birth. Okay, and she has to give away, right? Even before she was adopted by someone else. So even though she's a daughter of, even though she's a sister of Lord Krishna, I mean, like not, sorry, not sister. I mean, like he's a sister of Krishna's father, Vasudeva's sister. She is given away to Kunti Bhoja. So that's how her name came as Kunti. So she was adopted. So she did not grow up with her natural parents, but with adopted parents. And then there, she has to take care of Durvasa Muni, who is one of the very difficult sages to take care of, and he has to take care of him for a long time. And the boon that he gave is, you can have a baby with whoever you want to, any god, right? As soon as you chant this mantra, and he lives. Being 12 or 13-year-old, out of curiosity, she calls Surya Bhagwan, and then Karna was born instantly, right? So she has to, scared of society about what people will think, she has given away her, given away means actually she dropped that baby in water, scared. And then she lived her entire life with guilt. Even when she found Karna later on appearing, and then he is with Duryodhana, etc., she could never reach out to him. And finally, when she reached out to him, only to ask that, please save my 5 children. Okay. So, and then of course, like Karna didn't accept her as mother, as her mother. So that is one level of pain. Married to Panduraja, and which is Pandava's father, and he has a particular shapa because of which he cannot have kids, and she has to get kids through other gods, other right? And then what happened? That Pandu died halfway, right? Like a very young. Then she became a widow, and now she had a step. I mean, like what you call like uh, Pandu has 2 wives, right? Kunti and Madri. So Madri decided to die with Pandu, and she gave up. She gave her kids also to Kunti to take care of. So that's how like all 5 Pandavas have come, and she has to take care of them. And Duryodhana, etc., were trying to kill these 5 kids from young age, and she has to run around, run around all the life. And Pandavas experienced all the suffering, right? And because of her word, which she did not think through, when Arjuna came and said, after marrying Draupadi, he came and said, Mother, I got a present for you. He said, okay, distribute equally among all of you without thinking through, because of which Draupadi has to become a wife of all 5 Pandavas. Okay, that's also a pain in her heart, right? Like that, she has experienced pain throughout her life. And after, okay, I'm setting all of this context to understand the nature of the challenges that Kunti has gone through. And after all of this have happened, finally, after Mahabharata war, again, Dhritarashtra passed away. I mean, Dhritarashtra passed away by then. And all Kauravas are dead. They are there in Hastinapura now. Hastinapura means the capital city. And then Lord Krishna comes. Now Lord Krishna comes, and now she does a stuti. Stuti means prayer to God. Now, what do you expect from someone who has experienced pain and suffering throughout her life, that when God has himself is in front of her? God, please make me happy. Let me experience some happiness, at least at this age. I'm almost done. No, she doesn't ask for that. She says, Lord Krishna, whenever there is a problem, whether Draupadi was being disrobed, or whether my kids are about to be killed here or there or wherever, you are always with us. Wherever we had a problem, Bhagwan, you are with us. And we were thinking about you wherever we had a problem. So Lord, please give me problems for the rest of my life. So at least because of those problems, I can remember you. That is what Kunti prays. Okay. So just because we have the whole reason why I'm narrating this story is just because someone thinks about God only when they're in problems, it is not like they are any lower. Okay. So that is a great way of connecting to God. Okay. Whenever there's a problem, we can connect with. That helps. At least that reminds us God. We may be ashamed at that moment. How come I did not remember about God until 10 minutes prior? Only when I'm in this trouble, I'm remembering about God, but that is fine. Okay? At least we remember God when there is a problem. Okay? So, it is said that in Bhagavatam itself, there's one more story of Gajendra Moksha. Okay? So in Gajendra Moksha, what happens is that Gaja means elephant. So this is a story in Bhagavatam, which again talks about an example of Aarta. Okay, Aarta Bhakta. Gaja, this elephant king, is very strong king, and he runs like he has a big elephant herd, and he is enjoying in this for several years. As in, like, back, this is back in Kruta Yuga. Kruta Yuga means Satya Yuga, the first Yuga, where the lifespan is a lot of time. Okay, so he was enjoying for life for thousands of years, and one day they went to they're in search of water, and he found a pond, and he got down into the pond to drink water. When he was drinking the water, there was a big crocodile in that pond, and that crocodile caught his leg. This crocodile is also a very powerful crocodile. And then he started fighting that crocodile. As he started fighting the crocodile, all other elephants were trying to help him, etc., but they couldn't really help him because they're all on the shore and he is in the water. Now, crocodile's power comes in water. Elephant doesn't have that much power in water, but he's very strong. So this fight between the crocodile and elephant happened, it is said, for thousands of years. Okay? For thousands of years. And when after fighting this crocodile for so many years, he finally lost his power. Okay? And he prayed to Lord Vishnu. Okay? When he prayed to Lord Vishnu Bhagavan has come and cut off the head of that crocodile. Okay? And then Gajendra also said, Bhagavan, I am tired of this life, please give me liberation. And he gave liberation to Gajendra also. So in this story, couple of things. Actually, in Bhagavatam, this is actually, it's not in Bhagavatam, in Vyasa, written by Vyasa Bhagavan. Yeah. But in Telugu version, which is written by Potana, he's a great poet, it is said that Bhagwan was waiting to be called, and as soon as this elephant called for Bhagwan's name, he started running, apparently. Okay, he started running. He did not tell his mother Lakshmi Devi where is he going. Okay, and he didn't take his Shankha and Chakra also. Okay, and he didn't call Garuda also. Garuda was running behind him. Bhagavan, where are you going? Let me come. Let me take you. Let me take you. Okay, so when this kind of this is how it is written. Okay, Bhagavan was waiting for Bhakta to call him. Okay. Now, when this is not in original Bhagavatam, when this is not written in original Bhagavatam, when Potana wrote this, he has another Kavi. I mean, his brother-in-law is another Kavi named Srinatha. Okay. So he laughed at this description. Okay, they're eating food. Okay, apparently they're eating lunch. And Potana said, okay, I'm writing this. And then Srinath heard this slok and he said, what? Baba means brother-in-law. Okay, what are you saying this? Okay, how can he do that? Okay, what is he going to do there? And then as he's saying that, outside there was a big sound. Okay, And then they're wondering what happened. And Potana's son came running and said, "Oh, uncle, your son fell in water. I mean, in the well." Then Srinath ran halfway through to the well. And then Potana's son laughed at him and said, "Uncle, what are you going to do? You didn't bring rope. You didn't even wash your hand. You didn't finish your eating. You just came like that just because I said like your son fell in water in the well." Okay, so then that's when the Potana realized the implication of this shloka, that what it means is that God is always ready to answer our call right away. Okay, and then also now the question, also the commentators on Bhagavatam said that why did there is a elephant, then there is a crocodile, and Bhagwan is there. Now, who asked for moksha? Gajendra asked for moksha. Okay, God, please save me and get me liberation. That's what he yelled. Okay, but the first thing, he came and he chopped off the crocodile's head. Okay, and by chopping off that crocodile's head, the crocodile got moksha first, not the elephant. Why is that? Because crocodile was holding on to the leg of elephant. So that means what is indicated is that crocodile is the devotee of the elephant, and elephant is the devotee of the Lord. Lord loves his devotees more than his own devotees. Okay, so he gave the what you call like a moksha first to the elephant, I mean crocodile, and then to elephant. Okay, so again, what it is that in that layer, what is being said is that when we pray to Mahatmas, such as Jnani Purushas, such as Swami Chinmayananda ji or any of the great devotees, okay, we are also loved by God. Okay, and this again, Aarta again also means that he gave up everything in he gave up his self-efforts and gave it up to God. Okay, after putting a lot of self-effort. Okay, so that is what you see in this. He fought for several years, this elephant. Okay, only when he could not do it, that's when he prayed. Now, during all of this time, what happened was these elephants, other elephants, they tried to help him, but they could not, and they left also because after some time. Now, so that means when we are in our own, like our journey is our journey. Yes, there are people all around us. We have people, we have wealth, whatnot, but none of that will come to save us when we are in our challenges. So those challenges are to be met by us. So that means that our punya, our papa has to be experienced by us alone, not by our family members or our friends or anyone. Nobody is going to take part in that. And at the end of the day, I'm only one. I'm the only one, and my relationship is with God, and I need to work on it. Help from my friends, family is not going to be there. Okay, so this is another aspect. So, like this, there is again. There's also another example is that you see in Mahabharata, when Draupadi is being disrobed in the Sabha, I mean in the assembly of Kauravas, she was holding on to her sari so tight And Dushasana was pulling, and she couldn't bear. And Bhagavan Krishna did not do anything. Bhagavan Krishna was somewhere else. He wasn't there. Okay. But once she said, like, okay, I give up. And she said, like, okay, hey Krishna, like that. And then she started praying Bhagavan. That's when he came. So that means that she put all her self-effort. And when the self-effort did not work, then that is when she called. So again, Aarta means it is not like, oh, Bhagavan, I have a problem. Can you please come and take care of it? No, it's not like on our speed dial like that. Okay, we need to put our effort, and when our effort is not enough, it is not sufficient, then we rely on God. That is Aarta. Okay, so I think I'll pause here, and then we will do a little bit more about the other bhaktas, which is uh, Artharthi, Jignasu, and Gnani next week. Okay. Any questions based on what you heard so far? Okay, I assume that you don't have any. Shobhaj, if you are speaking, you.
In other words, our entire life is practically dependent on the Lord. In short,
It
like
is. Yes, yeah, it is. So here, that's where, right? What we are studying right now is chapter 7, which is part of the second, what would call like not second half life, but second third, I guess. The second set of 6 chapters, which is 7 to 12. Okay. First set of 6 chapters is Tvampada Vichara, meaning it is about us, learning about us, knowing about us. Second set of 6 chapters, 7 to 12, is knowing about Tatpada Vichara, meaning learning about Bhagwan. Okay, so yes, so here that is where we are learning the nature of Lord, that He is everything. And then we need to understand Him, to understand that who He is, what kind of attitude we should have, etc. Right? So that is where we started learning about these 4 types of bhaktas.
Right.
Okay, and we need to be like those 4 bhaktas, 4 types of bhaktas. Okay.
Thank you.
We'll close then. Oh. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Thank you, Venkat.